In today's video, I want to talk about traveler's notebooks. I'll share how they changed my life and how they can transform your life too. I started using the traveler's notebook system about 12 years ago, thinking it would just organize my days kind of like a planner. But it completely transformed how I live them, turning my everyday rhythms into something both productive and creative, while also capturing the moments I never want to forget. Hi, I'm Laura McCullough, host of Art and Faith Creative Retreats. I'm an author, mixed media artist, and I love to travel and record my memories in creative ways. If you haven't heard of the Traveler's Notebook system, I'm excited to share it with you today. It's something I've been using for well over 10 years now, and I love teaching others about this great way to be productive, to connect with your creativity, and journal your travels or everyday life. I hope to help you discover a new way to learn, grow, and yes, even reduce stress. To begin, the Traveler's Notebooks originated in Japan in 2005. Essentially as a way for people on the go to jot down their thoughts and keep them in one handy place. In its simplest form, it is a leather cover that uses rubber bands to hold an assortment of inserts and other accessories, and other bands to hold the notebook closed. It is very simple, yet it's very sophisticated in its method of keeping all of it together in one place. The idea was born when a Japanese company called Designful, makers of Midori paper, shared some new products at a stationery trade show, and the public's response for this new idea was incredible. The company started production in Thailand directly after that show, and the rest, they say, is history. You'll hear some people call them Midori notebooks as well as traveler's notebooks, or TNs for short. But the idea and system has exploded since then, and there are hundreds of different companies, including my own, that make notebooks, inserts, and accessories for traveler's notebooks. And as I'll share, you can be as creative and productive as you want with this system. About 9 years ago, I asked some friends of mine who own a leather shop in Bellagio, Italy, where I host our Art and Faith Creative Retreats, if they could make my own design of traveler's notebooks for my retreats. We worked on size, design, and colors, and here's my friends having a little fun with us in their laboratory. Yes, that's what they call it in Italy. We've created new colors every year, and this is one of the things that I gift each lady that comes to one of my retreats each year. Last year, though, I went back to the drawing board and designed a brand new traveler's notebook that I'm so excited to share with the ladies this year. It's a little bit bigger and has a better inside pocket system to hold more. So, let me tell you why I think they are the perfect notebook. To start with, the size of the notebook is easy to slip into any bag, purse, or suitcase to carry with you on your day-to-day activities or on your trips abroad. You can also use them for work, day planning, or artistic endeavors. They're great for writers on the go who want to write their thoughts down. And the inserts allow you to choose what fits your needs and can be easily swapped out. They're great for trip planning, memory keeping, sketching, or painting. They're incredibly simple and customizable without any bulk that a 6-ring or a spiral notebook or heavy journals come with. And the system allows you to design your own custom-crafted journal just for you. Now, the Traveler's Notebook community is huge with thousands of videos on them, from flip-throughs to process videos and reveals on YouTube. If you check the Instagram hashtag, it has probably over 5 million posts and growing. So it's pretty astonishing when it's basically a leather notebook with some rubber bands to hold it together. But it's easy to imagine how people have taken this idea and expanded it into so many other uses. The ideas are truly endless. Let's just take a look at what I use them for today, and hopefully it will inspire you to use them as well. The core element of the Traveler's Notebook journal is the paper inside, or what is called an insert. The inserts for the Traveler's Notebooks come in a variety of styles, from lined paper, grid paper, blank, planner, creative, hundreds of ideas. If you go on Etsy or Amazon, you will see all the different kinds of ideas for each insert. as well as different weights. So for watercolor, craft paper, sketch paper, all different kinds for your creative endeavors as well. The system has expanded to pretty much endless options for all your needs. If you want an insert to keep track of your book reading, they have one. How about writing down your expenses? Or if you're drinking enough water? Do you like to keep a journal of prayer requests? Do you love sketching city landscapes or watercolor? This system has pretty much anything you can imagine as an insert. Just look on Etsy or Amazon and you'll see the things that people have created for this journal. Here's some of the many ways that I love using the Traveler's Notebook and what I'll be sharing with you today. First, I love to use it as a day planner to write down my appointments and what I did week by week. I also use it as a devotional journal to document my morning quiet time thoughts. I bring an insert to church with me as my church notes. I use it as a mixed media journal to explore creative mixed media ideas. I also have inserts that are watercolor paper for the on-the-go travel journaling. I have an expense log insert to keep track of my spending, which helps me, especially on the retreats, keep track of everything. I also use it as kind of like a scrapbook album. So my daily planner, you'll see, has a right side that I print out photos and kind of document my life in that way. I also use it as a travel journal, and I share how to do that on the retreats as well, to record our retreat and the trips and all the fun ephemera that comes with it. I've used it as a gratitude journal to write down and remember what God has done in my life. I also use it as a December daily, something that Ellie Edwards started many years ago. So there's really endless opportunities to create your own traveler's notebook where you can fit your own inserts in there for whatever needs that you have. And that's the beauty of this system, because you can swap out these inserts and keep the same journal cover for many years, and it can replace so many other things. It saves time and money because everything is in one place, and it can be easily brought with you wherever you go. So I hope right now your mind is starting to think of all the ways that you could use this to enhance your life too. I know it has truly helped me to streamline my days, and I think you're going to love using a traveler's notebook like I do too. It's important to note that there are different sizes of inserts and journals, from passport size to standard size to even larger than that. Now, the ones that I had designed and had made in Bellagio are a little bit bigger than normal standard size. I wanted them to be able to have more of those bands inside to hold more inserts. I call it the chunky journal. So I use it for multiple different inserts, where maybe the standard one that you could buy from the Traveler's Notebook company, Midori company, you could probably see that they only have 2 of the elastic bands inside. Mine have 4, and if you learn how to double up, you can actually have 8 inserts at one time in mine. And I wanted to do that on purpose because I do like I call it the chunky journal. So anyways, those are the sizes that you want to get when you are ordering inserts. You want to get the standard size, which is 4.33 by 8.25 inches, or you can go up to the Kahir size, which is 5 inches by 8.25. And the new journal that I just designed is almost A5 size. We're working on that to maybe bump it up to A5 size for your Moleskine journals and things like that. So I'm really excited that I have designed one that's a little bit more flexible. You can use different sizes in there and go up a size, which is nice when you're travel journaling and you want a little bit more space than the standard size insert. One of the fun ways that I used it last fall when I was in Paris and Italy for 2 back-to-back retreats is kind of like, I would say, a junk journal. And that's kind of something that it's not junk, but it's basically taking your memories and all the ephemera, like ticket stubs and collage style items, and putting them in a journal together. So that's what I wanted to show you, is my travel journal from Paris. And I have a whole video on that if you want to go back and look at it. This is just kind of showing you how I use vintage papers, scrapbook papers, different washi tape and things like that. And then I also collected a lot of ephemera on my trip and put that into this junk journal. One of the biggest blessings that has come from using a traveler's notebook is actually my faith journaling. Our time with the Lord in prayer and reading the Bible and journaling our hearts is such an important part of a daily practice, and I truly believe this journal is a way that has made it easier for me. Having an insert devoted to your faith is a beautiful way of connecting with the Lord. All through Scripture, the Bible speaks of sharing our testimonies, and being able to look back over our written words and prayers is such an incredible way to see how He has answered our prayers, how He's been with us in the storms, and is moving in our lives and the lives of those who we are praying for. This way of journaling is such a great way to connect with the Lord and share our faith with others. There's been countless times where I've looked over past journals that I have poured out my heart, and I have seen how God was in each moment, and it's such an incredible, tangible way to see the faithfulness of God in our lives. I can't wait for you to discover how this way of documenting your life in a traveler's notebook journal will enhance your daily routine. I hope this encourages you to start your art and faith journey and begin to discover the ways that you can use a traveler's notebook to organize your life, to grow your artistic skills, and grow your faith. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and tell a friend about my new YouTube channel. I'd love that. I post weekly videos on Saturday and a few shorts each week. I'll be heading to Paris and Bruges, Belgium next week for my first Art and Faith Creative Retreat of 2026. I'm so excited. If you have any questions about Traveler's Notebook Systems, I'm happy to answer them. You can leave a comment below, or you can head over to my website and contact me via the contact page at the top. My website also has a little shop with a few things in there, but I'm all sold out of my traveler's notebooks and won't be restocking them until I come home from the Lake Como, Italy retreat this June. I will be stocking this year's devotional, which I just got yesterday. I will have that in my shop once I get home from Paris. I only have 2 spots left for our Vermont and Maine retreat this fall. We're already sold out on everything else, but we are already praying and planning for next year's retreats. So if you'd like to join us next year, you can also sign up for our newsletter on the website, and then you'll be the first to hear about the 2027 retreats. Have a great weekend, everyone. If you'd like to follow along on my first retreat of the year in Paris, you can follow me at Art and Faith Creative on Instagram. That's where I'll be posting things daily. So until next week, I hope you find time to combine your art and faith in a meaningful way.